1 second, please. Yeah. Last time we spoke, I started discussing about a whole idea of what the Torah holds up to who's considered a good person. In good English, or I should say maybe in Yiddish, there's a word in Yiddish that's a little bit hard to translate. It's the word, it's being a mensch. You know what being a mensch is? Being a good person. So we spoke about the idea of do not stand on your brother's blood. So we spoke about that last time. And let's speak about 9 different steps. So the first step was that one, and then we find that there's an idea that is brought down in Sefer Devarim. And in Sefer Devarim it says like this, in chapter 6, verse 18, I believe. I hope I'm getting this right. It says, do what is right and good in the sight of the Lord. Yeah, Vasita atov vayashar. To do good things. So I quote a Gemara in the Baba Metzia that speaks about, gives an example of what it means to do what is right and good. What is the definition of what something is right and good? So I quote the Gemara in Talmud and Baba Metzia, and it says like this: Rav Yehuda taught in Rav's name, if one takes possession through payment of a land tax of property lying between fields belonging to brothers or partners, he is an impudent man, yet cannot be removed. That means that his actions are not desirable, but nevertheless we cannot move him from this property. And I'm going to elaborate a little bit on this point. The rabbinic judges of Nardea ruled. Nardea was a city in Babylon. He is not removed from the land. In other words, he is not forced to sell. But nevertheless, we are not happy with what he did. For it is written, do what is right and good in the sight of the Lord. So what does that mean? That means that according to Jewish law, equity demands that people owning property adjacent to available land be given the first opportunity to acquire it. I mean, let me just explain. There's an idea of halacha that's called a bar mitzvah. Bar matzah. That means that if I own a land with my brother, we both own lands, and we want to sell the land, or we have 2 partners, we both own the land. I want to sell the land. I should give first priority to my partner, which is close to me. Why? Because it's easier for me to take care of my business when the property is next to me. So first priority is to sell it to the person that's near me. Yes? Why? Because you have to do what's right. It's more beneficial for the other partner. If somebody goes behind my back and buys the property that's adjacent to mine, that's considered something that is not the right and good in the eyes of Hashem. Okay, so we see in this above case that the purchaser, in the case of the Talmud, stepped in before the land's availability was known and acquired it. Because of this principle, enunciated in the biblical verse, the rabbis of Nardea, a Babylon city of the major center of Jewish religious life, forced the purchaser to sell the land. So the first case is that, no, we saw that they didn't force him, but the Chachamim of Nardea forced him. So if we think about it in today's, now, such logic flies in the face of most people's understanding of capitalistic ethic. But the Torah verse holds Jews to a standard of what is right and good, not what is profitable. There's a very famous quote from Mother Teresa that as remarked in different contexts, God has not called me to be successful, He has called me to be faithful. So we see by the following verse that the Torah doesn't always ask us to look what's good for us and what's profitable for us, but it's asking us to do what is right and good in the sight of Hashem. Baruchim to you.